Magbegor will jump it up as the Mystics doesn't go, and the loose ball picked up by Gabby Williams. Magbegor, Ogwumike, Wheeler, and Diggins with her.
I like this matchup with Slim and Diggins. Those long arms trying to be disruptive for Diggins.
Magbegor collecting to the corner. Ogwumike, pass fake. Three doesn't go. Williams, offensive rebound.
35-inch vertical for Williams.
Taken away, though, by Citron. On the cross, up the floor. Here's Sykes. Drop off to Austin, but it will stay with Washington.
I like the push. And that push ahead pass is what Sydney Johnson has told us several times, especially in practice and after practices. We want to control the pace. And you do that with your defense, but also putting pressure with those push ahead passes.
Citron attacking Williams. Layup doesn't go, gets her own, looking for an outlet. Goes back inside to Austin. Baseline, attacking Magbegor. Count the bucket and the foul.
Top of the list, Skylar Diggins is the one that needs to be contained in that way. And piercing the paint on the offensive side, you've already seen that with Shakira Austin finishing with contact in there.
And Ogwumike is going to be fouled. And getting to the paint. Someone burnt some popcorn in here, Christy. Yeah. I don't know if you can smell it.
That's the worst smell.
We've talked about getting to the paint all season long for this Washington team, and it's something they predicate their offense on because of the way it can open out their three-point shooters.
And Sydney Johnson told us as much prior to the game. He said, you know, it's not necessarily steal and score all the time, although they want that, right, with live ball stops, but it's getting quick into their quarter court actions. He said pace is controlled in that way as well, and he wants to see more of that from his team.
Ogwumike good on both free throws. Sutton attacking Wheeler off the window, trying to get her own. It's controlled by Magbegor.
Like Wheeler had a piece of shook Sutton's arm on that when she was trying to jump for the rebound.
Wheeler goes baseline, cut off, and they're going to say a travel there.
Taking it the other way. Erica Wheeler, what a story she has had. All-star MVP, undrafted out of Rutgers years ago.
Sutton works off Austin, gets double to the corner. Sykes, at three goes.
Oh, I like that a lot. Washington getting to the second side and finding Sykes waiting in the shot pocket to let it fly from the corner.
Wheeler works off of Ogwumike. Williams now uses her. Little hesitation into the mid-range jumper, short.
I like that gap discipline by Shakira Austin, disallowing full drive ability for Seattle to the cup.
Citron goes back to Iriafen. Williams takes it away into the hands now of Wheeler. Diggins running the floor with her. Magbegor attacking, stops on a dime. And the jumper's missed and collected by Washington.
Disrupted and contested shots by Washington early speaks to the defensive prowess Washington needs to continue to present.
10 on the shot clock. Citron working off Austin. Goes to her into the body of Magbegor. And it goes out of bounds. Possession will stay with Washington. Was there enough for a foul, or did that look like Magbegor was clean?
It kind of looked like a corner pocket triple, and that's what Washington needs, right? Get that ball reversal.
Sykes with the shot clock against her. That one's off the mark. Diggins the rebound. Williams on the cross, attacking. Met by Austin, finds Ogwumike. And Nneka Ogwumike will head back to the free throw line, where she's an 85% free throw shooter.
Yeah, it was that weak side cut. You saw Kiki Iriafen right there touching the collarbone saying, my fault, right? You cannot get stuck watching the basketball.
That's the first one. Jade Melvin and Steph Dolson check into the ball game here.
Steph Dolson coming off of an 8-point performance against LA and was solid in that one. Was really animated a lot of times, knocking in shots, having some fun with it with their teammates.
quickly up the floor off the make from Ogumike as Seattle trails by 2. Dolson on the roll, doubled. Finds Melvin cutting, kick out. Sutton in the corner. Rebounded by Ogumike.
Sydney Johnson was clapping though because that's great action, right? That's the proper shot to take. You're not gonna make every shot, but you wanna make the right decisions for shots, and that was one.
Magbagor going baseline against Dolson, stops, stripped. Ogumike comes up with it and hits the mid-ranger.
Man, she is so tough on broken plays or plays straight to her that are linear in style. It doesn't matter, she's gonna find a way to get it done.
Dolson off the slip, hits the mid-range back herself.
I love that for her. 3 of 4 from the floor in the last game, so coming in with some continuity and some confidence on the offensive end, shining through on that bucket.
Williams. 8 on the shot clock, poked away by Sutton, goes to double. Quick pass over to Diggins, now to the corner. Ogumike 3 as she hits it.
Well, it's great ball movement by Seattle. Skylar Diggins with the extra one to the corner.
Ogumike, a 34% three-point shooter. Seattle with their 1-point lead here. Citron going baseline against Magbagor in the finish.
What a smart decision by the rookie all-star Sonia Citron, right? A hard run sprint to the closeout for her resulted in her attacking that closeout with some force.
Diggins got behind the defense. Nice find from Ogumike.
And that's what she does so exceptionally well. And that's what Noelle Quinn, the head coach for Seattle, was speaking to us about prior to the game. She said, Skylar has the heartbeat of our team on both sides. She's one of one when it comes to her competitive spirit, and it starts with her attack on the offensive side.
Citron 3, that's off the mark. Diggins with it. Here she is pushing. Sidestep, contested by Melvin, gets her own rebound. Williams attacking off the cross, drops it inside. And a foul is going to be called on Washington. But before we do that, we've got a timeout here.
At Care First Arena, one of the best to ever do it.
Back to action. Sykes and Austin back into the ball game along with Lucy Olson. Sykes taking it the whole way and lost the handle. It will stay with Washington though. Emily Engsler checking in, and some news from the Mystics PR earlier this week. The Mystics and 318 Foundation will join forces to host an academy in August, and that is Elena Beard's Academy.
Well, I love that. And that's what it's all about, right? So who much is given, much is expected, and you're expected to pour right back into what you love so much. And she's so passionate about the next generation of hoopers on and off the court, and inspiring them and encouraging them with events like that.
Here's Mitchell into the ball game. First shot off the mark there. Ogumike coming back up with it, does not go. She had the first 9 points for Seattle, Christy. What did Sydney Johnson tell us about her attacking early, how that affects them defensively?
Well, they're going to have to stay disciplined with it. That's why that was one of the keys, is Magbagor gets a piece of that one by Austin. But that is the gap discipline. That's why that was the first key. I think there's some resolution that needs to happen with the miscommunication with the officials on this one.
Yeah, Magbagor, I thought, touched it last, but they're saying it stays with Seattle. Or it will go to Seattle, excuse me. Not staying with Seattle.
That's why the defense is going to be at the top of the list. I mean, the Washington Mystics have done a terrific job this season of taking the paint away, but they have to continue with that against the Seattle Storm team.
Mitchell attacking, followed up by the defense there by Olson and Austin, and they're going to get a jump ball called. That was great on-ball defense by Lucy Olson.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've been at practice, Megan, and we've seen her be a whirling dervish on the defensive end, but right there, staying in front, staying disciplined. Shakira Austin coming in for some extra support from the weak side. Mitchell tried to move Olson out of the way, to no avail.
5 on the shot clock should Seattle retain possession here. And the Mystics come up with it off the jump. Sykes surveying as she attacks, going into Diggins. Diggins got a piece of that. Dominique Malunga into the ball game here for Seattle. Diggins quickly. A little out of control there. Austin now with it. Austin drops it off to Engsler, left that short.
It looked like Austin probably should have shot that one. Engsler was in running stride.
Ogwumike taking advantage of her size with just Melbourne there defensively.
As she should have.
Sorry, Chrissy. Under 3 to play here.
Let's see what Washington can organize here. Double drag action for Jade Melbourne, trying to get some smoke.
To the corner, Olsen. That's off the mark. Austin with the offensive board. Kicks it. Sykes steps into it. Off the mark, Diggins the rebound.
Solid look, though. And great board work and activity by Shakira Austin.
13-10 lead here for Seattle. Williams, 10 on the shot clock.
Solid defense by Melbourne.
Goes into the mid-range jumper, doesn't go, but they're gonna get a foul and it's gonna go the other way. Malunga gonna get called for over the back. Erica Wheeler returning.
Well, that's why you box out, right? You can't watch the flight of the shot prior to maintaining your contact inside on the box outs.
Sonia Citron, Kiki Iriafen returning. So we talked about it in the open, the Malunga-Iriafen matchup. We'll get a chance to see it here.
And my hands are rubbing together because I cannot wait to see what that looks like, right? And both players can challenge one another in a lot of different ways. Let's see what that looks like for sure.
Citron, nice back cut, beautiful find by Melbourne.
A solid dart of a pass to the recipient of a purposeful cut.
Engsler reading that well. By herself in transition, lays it up and in. Now Citron will have the assignment of Diggins. Diggins fires and connects.
Yeah, that was a moon ball by Diggins, a 39% striker from range, and Noelle Quinn said that she has been really hitting those triples with fluidity as of late.
Citron to the corner, Melbourne inside Iriafen going into the body of Malunga. Got a piece of that, Malunga able to save it.
Yeah, she's just so long and lanky. We were saying that to one another. She's 6'6", but her arms are as long as the day is.
Diggins goes to her on the roll. And she just steps back into one.
Well, she got composed, got her feet underneath of her, coming off of her first career double-double after going 0 for 7 in the 2 previous games.
Youngest player in the W.
Yeah, 19 years old.
Citron kicks it. Melbourne 5 on the shot clock. Iriafen, baseline jumper. That rattles through.
Smart. I mean, she just got her shot blocked when she tried to attack the cup on the 6'6", long and lanky Malunga inside, so she took that shot from the dunker spot.
Ogwumike playing through contact is going to head to the free throw line. Engsler frustrated with that one.
Man, let me tell you something. Nneka Ogwumike is a monster when it comes to her attack game, but it's her wisdom for me. It's how she picks apart the defense to her advantage. And right here, she knew she had a half step inside on Engsler, who disagrees with the call, but you've got to beat her to the spot and then wall up. But she attacked that top leg, and she had that half step on her and took advantage.
I wanted to ask about that play. Malunga timed her move perfectly to have to force Kiki to decide on what she was going to do when she retreated out of the paint to give that lane to Nneka. How good is that mentally?
Yeah, you have to be smart, and you got to get out of the way, right? As a rookie, that's hard because you want to be aggressive, but not be in the way of everyone else who has been here for a minute. So very wise, but she's been a sponge in terms of her learning curve in the WNBA.
Melbourne inside, got low, kicks it. Engsler against the shot clock. And that's going to be a shot clock violation. Gabby Williams returning, and Alicia Clark getting her first minutes here with 4.3 seconds to go in the quarter.
I had a chance to catch up with Alicia Clark prior to the game, and we had the best hug. I'm going to tell you what, there's not a better human than Alicia Clark. And this is where she started her WNBA career in Seattle, and now she's back in those comfy confines, and she has a give back to the youth in the hospital there in Seattle, and has continued with that even though she changed teams twice after that.
And bobbling that was Mitchell, so it'll leave 2.1 on the clock here for Washington. She's also a top-tier hugger.
She is, and she's so sweet, but for how sweet she is 10 times more fierce, which is an incredible combo.
After one, a 21-16 lead for Seattle. They're led by the 10-time All-Star and Wiley vet, Agumake, with 14 in the first.